sort of area in today's time and age. How do you strike the balance at the same time? How do you get yourself compliant and make sure that at the same time that the data privacy elements and issues are taken into consideration, right? So what's been some of the technology drivers that you have come across?
Yeah, so again, data privacy, security are two different things, and let's talk about privacy first, right? What is privacy? Privacy is I need to be discreet about my data, or I need to control who sees it, who does not see it, where it goes, all of that. So that's very clear with GDPR. The creator of the data, or who owns the data, the creator of the data owns the data no matter where it is, so nobody else owns it. Unless you have given consent. You remember those forms where you would have said, I agree, and click, that means you're given consent. So next time when you're hitting that agree, you have to think about whether you're giving consent to kind of use your data whichever way possible, right? So be conscious about that. So privacy is in your hands, and there are a lot of companies
Let's take the name of that company, Cambridge Analytica. Sure.
So many companies, right? So be careful about that. But so many companies are basically But here is a real problem for companies, right? Big companies who handle data is how do you ensure that privacy, right? So for example, data is constantly moving from one place to the other. How do you make sure that only those who are authorized to see it will see it? Right? And when somebody comes and says, hey, are you GDPR compliant? How will you even say that, yeah, I'm GDPR compliant? What is the mechanism to audit that, right? Several companies in Israel, and one of, I can't name the company yet because one of the companies that we acquired basically specializes in that, right? So they basically connect to your system. They run massive amounts of correlation algorithms to find out from when the consent came, how many hands has it changed, to who all have you seen, and then say, hey, you're compliant or not compliant. So like extremely valuable. So if GDPR was not there, there would not be 100 startups would not be existing and making so much of money today in this ecosystem, right? So it's excellent. So privacy is very important. The companies who are trying to kind of help you with that. There are also companies that will help you monetize your own data. There's a company called Datos in Switzerland, which will actually charge you. Let's say, hey, if I share this data of yours with somebody, would you be okay to do that? I'll give you $50. So that's where you can make money, right? So that's privacy.
Great.
One quick thing on security, right? So there are several forms, like extending from what Ajay said, several forms. Homomorphic encryption is a great one, and I think that company that he's talking about is trying to deal with data bloat, and they're trying to solve that problem, and you're trying to compute. There's another company called Eder Labs that was Bangalore-based. These guys are trying to use the SGX environment that he spoke about to kind of provision AI workloads. Because right now it's highly restrictive, you can't really provision AI workloads as is, so they are trying to do that to make sure that you can operate in a very constricted space, but at the same time, you are able to kind of compute on AI. So stuff like that, a lot of great stuff going on.
Interesting. I'll